Felipe here again. I'm going to show you some stick twirls. The first thing I learned how to do before I could play a beat was this stick twirl with the stick between my pointer and middle finger, and you start it by having it as like a seesaw. You want to find the balance point and just get it kind of going with that top finger. And then once it starts moving on its own by its own weight, you just start bending the top finger and it should start rotating. It takes a little while to work up the muscles in that finger, which is mostly why I like it now, is because when you do a stick twirl and it doesn't really work at first, it's usually not because you don't know how to do it, it's because you don't have the muscles developed to do it yet. So I had to learn how to do that in my left hand, which isn't quite there like the right hand, but it's getting there. A lot of people also do it reverse, which is the same fashion, except there's more of a leading motion by the top finger instead of the knuckle. When you're going forward, a tip meaning forward towards something, like the Carmine Apiece move. Carmine showed me this. He would play with a stick in between his fingers and twirl into a cymbal. That's led by the knuckle, the pointer finger knuckle. But when the motion goes backwards, you're more leading with the back of your pointer finger. And that is good to work on in either hand. Now, another one that I will credit as I saw it first done by John Blackwell, but I actually learned how to do it from the guys from the Drumbassadors, was it's more like a visual twirl than an actual flip. Starting from a position on a drum, it's one circular motion, but I'm going to break it down into two separate motions. The first motion, you're bringing your hand inward and up, and then once you're up in the air, you're now going to turn your hand forward, and the stick will go backward from behind your hand and back down. So again, that's up, open the hand, and back down. And when done quicker, it turns into more of a turn, which works very well in conjunction with double strokes, because that gives you not only time to get the stick up where people will see it, but it also helps you if you're like doing the Drumbassador thing, which is crash, tom, crash, snare, or whatever. You can crash, and then the motion of it hitting on a surface helps the stick bounce up in the air. So a lot of times that kind of works. You can kind of turn it in different directions. It also works backwards. It works well if you're doing like on different drums over the top. That morphed into a twirl where I incorporated one turn. So from going in that motion, instead of having my open hand, I had the stick come over the top of my three fingers here. So when it came up, I would catch it over the hand and then turn it. So that would be one turn from tip to the butt end of the stick. Making that into a full turn, you can twirl over the hand again and then through the next finger. And that's where it gets a little complicated. Don't stab yourself in the eye, because if you do, it's not my fault, but you know, it's happened. I've hit myself in the head many times, so be cautious. Okay, so you start again by bouncing the stick over the top of your hand and then letting it move forward between your pointer finger, past your middle finger into the other hand, and faster you get that. That's a full turn, in case you're a real stickler for the tip being forward. And that's a really good warm-up for the hands, because all your fingers really start moving. Now, one I learned from Horacio Hernandez was one starting in this position where your stick is kind of up. You place it between the middle finger and the ring finger, and you drop it. And as it drops, you're just going to work it up through your fingers. So again, starting from between the middle finger and the thumb and the ring finger, you drop it, and you just let its own weight carry its way back up. In either hand, that's useful. One that I just kind of found that looked a little bit like a cowboy slinging a gun was just opening the hand like you would if you were doing a pull-up stroke, except with your palm down. You're moving your fingers out, and you're using your pointer finger to push the weight of the butt stick clockwise in your right hand, and that should just slide the stick in your hand. Then let's see what else there is. There's also drops. You can just drop a stick over your shoulder. You can drop it into your elbow and throw. Let's see. There's a lot of different throws that you can do. You can throw it and catch it behind you. And you can also, if you have the right carpet, you can bounce it. And the final one I have is one that I almost never get, but you start with the sticks in your hand. I learned this from Luis Santiago Jr., the winner of the Modern Drummer Undiscovered Drummer Contest. He was a student at the collective. Oh, I'm going to show that to you one more time. It's 2 moves. It starts with both sticks. I do it between my fingers. He would do it without that. I don't know how, but it twirls over and then back down. And that, if done really well, if that's done really well, you should be able to get it very high up in the air. And that's it, except for that one. That's all I got.